you?
I've been really wanting to do it with you because I really want to get the information out there, brother. It's working, and I mean, the thing is, other things have only worked temporarily,
Yeah.
and this stuff, I mean, I have felt so good.
Hello, everybody. This is Paul, and this is going to be a special video because I've been talking about this amazing product for a long time. It's called Valasta, and it's people are using this from everything to arthritis to cancer and everything in between. And I've been telling a lot of people about this. The thing is, a lot of people don't listen. Well, today on the show, I have a brother that's listening, and he's taken it. So I wanted him to share his experience with this product called Vasta Astaxanthin. Now, there are many different astaxanthins out there, but I have many videos explaining why this is the only one that is good and absorbable and that we should be taking. And even if you do not have an illness, you should take this for preventative. And I got a lot of things to say about this, but I want to talk to Brother Teddy Wilson. Brother Teddy, how you doing, man?
Doing great. Thanks for having me on, Paul, to give a brief description of what this stuff is doing in my life. It's phenomenal.
Well, Brother Teddy, you have had some inflammatory things going on for years, and you've tried to eat healthy. I know you grow a lot of your own food. So tell
Mhm.
us exactly what was going on and how the Valasta helped you.
Right. So some of that information that you have of my past with my prostate is has been it got a little out of hand. It went from what now in the beginning it was 2013, I believe, that they found a spot on my prostate, but they just thought it was a some type of scar tissue from some bacteria or something of my riotous living back in my younger days. So um, that's when you had me uh, or I was advised by you to change my diet and start doing this and start doing that. And those things they seem to help, but this stuff always seemed to advance and it kept coming back. So, and I believe it was 2018 or 2019, somewhere in there. They suggested that I go to a specialist and have uh, a special type of MRI done. Now, this is the part that I may not have shared with you, and I'll share it with you now. So the specialist looked at it, and we went in to get their um, what they thought was going on, get the information from them, and the doctor said, "Regretfully, Teddy, this isn't what we thought it was in the beginning, and this is it looks cancerous." So things went to a whole nother level within 5 minutes of my life. So he said, "Well, and but there's options." And my wife was with me, and and I just looked at her face, and all she just turned pale white, and I could see the disdain and just everything in her eyes. She didn't know what to think. So I was taken aback, but then I started listening to what this doctor was saying, and he said, "If this is a fast advancing cancer, it could be dangerous. It could be fatal." And the first thing I want to do is get a biopsy and started running down this whole list. And I said, "Hold on." I said, "I appreciate your zeal, um, but this if this is aggressive, it's going to take prayer on my part. So my wife and I are going to go home, and I'll contact your office. We're going to pray about it, and then we'll ponder some things that you have to offer." So when we got home and we prayed, I started thinking to myself, "Well, wait a minute. If this cancer was aggressive, this is 2019, and they found the spot in 2013. If it was aggressive, this I would be dead." So that was a red flag. He's trying to run me through. He's trying to push me through the process and get into the insurance money and all of that. And so we called back and said, we're gonna pass on the bypass on the biopsy. And we started going online and looking online at other people that had dealt with this stuff and who had regretted getting seeds planted in their prostate. They regret it now. And then we stumbled across this information with you. um, at present date. I tried everything in between. I was doing food grade hydrogen peroxide IV treatment, which was keeping things at bay. And I was also taking uh, the dog dewormer. I was doing all of these things that would keep me away from the doctors, and I did that for a few years, and I was okay. But then I came across this product, and I have to tell you, um, there are probably going to be people who regretted not listening to what Paul has to say about this product. I have felt better, actually younger, rejuvenated. And this whole thing with the symptoms that this proposed cancer was causing me is almost gone completely. I've only been on one round of medication in like 3 months, and the rest has all been this product. And I feel rejuvenated. I feel it's healing my body. Uh, my mom and my pops that live on the property here, they're both on it, and she says it makes her feel better. She had a stroke not long ago, and so me and my pops are not sure what it's making her feel better with, but we're taking it that it's her arthritis and all of these things that she has. And we also believe that it's playing a part in keeping her memory together, because of the stroke. So, um, I can't push this enough. And as a matter of fact, the little pamphlet that comes with it, it doesn't even do justice. It's my humble opinion. Yes, that one. Okay, it says here, uh, it reduces cancer risk, but no, no, I'm going to tell you that what it has done is fought active cancer in my prostate. Um, if you could give us some information, because I forgot, Brother Paul, about the vitamin C in this. What makes it so different? I think that's
Well,
what's doing it for me.
yeah, no, no, it's so this is the highest inflammatory or anti-inflammatory food you can find on the planet. There's
Mm,
only 5 animals in nature that don't get cancer, and they all live in an environment where this Valasta is rarely available. And the pamphlet just talks about how much nutrients that is in here, which naturally we should be getting in our diets anyway, and could help reduce uh, needing to take supplements because this is a natural food that has all these nutrients.
mhm.
The amazing thing about astaxanthin is it works in nature, but it doesn't work in a supplement form until this company, Valasta, the guy who runs the company had a form of bone cancer, and he was taking this in massive amounts. And he's a scientific mind, and what he figured out was a way to make this more absorbable, the astaxanthin. So what he's done is he has it's a U.S. patent. It used to be pending, but now it was approved to the treatment of cancer and other diseases. But it's 88% more absorbable than the average astaxanthin you could buy in the store. What he is does is he's found a way to hook the astaxanthin up to glucose, and when we ingest it, the body sucks up glucose. So when the body attacks and gets the glucose or sucks up the glucose, it's actually absorbing the Valasta astaxanthin,
Oh, okay.
and that's why it works, or it gets in the body and works so well. And I've had so many people over the years with amazing testimonies that were willing to try it. And it's hard because I know when people get diagnosed with cancer, everyone all of a sudden comes out of the woodworks and tells them what to do, whether from
Yep.
doctors or
Yep.
natural, everyone. And
Yep.
I can't tell you the amount of people that have come to me, or not even come to me, that I've reached out to that I know that have cancer or some other type of illness. And I tell them about it, and they say, Paul, thank you so much, but everyone's telling me stuff, and I'm just going to hold off on everything or something. And each person has to choose what they want to choose. I know one fellow who was, or several people who were taking this for cancer or something else, and their arthritis went away because it's an
Right.
anti-inflammatory. But
Right.
what happened to me is my friend Dr. Fred Bishop, who's now 96 years old, and he's just a brilliant man and a health teacher. He told me about this, and I would listen to him for a couple of years about it. But like most people, I have so many things to do, and then uh, a mutual person you and I both know, Zach Bauer.
Mhm.
contacted me and said his wife had cancer.
Right.
And so I recommended this to his wife, and his wife was really in a later stage, and she had succumbed to cancer. But he contacted me. He said, "Paul, I want you to know, I wish we would have started taking this sooner because there's only of all the things we did, there's only a few things I know that worked,
Mhm.
and this is one of them. And I believe if my wife would have been taking this sooner, she would
Yes.
have succumbed to cancer."
Yes, I heard him say that myself.
Yeah, so when he
Yep.
told me that,
Mm.
uh, I was called up Dr. Bishi and I was talking to him more about it. I called up the company and I started really taking it and recommending it to other people. And the testimonials of the people that take it have been amazing. And you're just another example of that. So I wanted the people to hear that to encourage people out there because I understand people getting bombarded with do this, do that, but this
Right.
really does work.
That would be my first, piece of advice. Don't immediately do what the doctor wants you to do, because normally, if you are in an advanced stage, as they call it, they're going to scare you into doing these things that they believe should be an immediate reaction. And if you're a believer, don't do it. First, go home and pray and ask for direction. That's my that's my 2 cents about it. And I would also like to input, don't wait. This is an all natural product. It's not going to hurt anything. It actually comes from the earth, and our bodies came from the earth. This stuff is meant to go in your body. The stuff that they want to put in you is not. And if you are in a mid stage type cancer, the treatment that they give you could kill you, but this is not going to hurt the situation at all. Now, I've heard a couple of people say, Teddy, that stuff's pretty spendy. Well, you know what? You know how much money I was spending going to the hospital? Thousands of dollars. This is like 100 and something bucks. I can stay on this stuff the rest of my life. And everybody, the most majority of you that know me know that I cut firewood for a living. I just got to sell an extra load of wood a month, and I'm going to keep getting it because it is doing great things for me. I feel younger, and I feel more energy. I'm doing things now that I was not able to do since all this stuff started, and so I'm going to be a proponent for that. Um, I believe that Paul has a great product here. And if you have any of these symptoms, I mean, get a hold of him and ask him to send you a copy of what the pamphlet says. But like I said, the pamphlet doesn't really do justice to what I'm seeing being done by this stuff in my life. And there was a question that came from my wife because we're expecting again. And so she wanted me to ask you, is it okay for women who are pregnant to actually take this product?
Well, yes. First, what you were saying is it's amazing what people will spend money on, and then when they got some, they don't. But uh, as for what you were saying, it's a natural product. It's not a supplement, folks. It's in a bottle, so it looks like a
Mhm.
supplement, but it's a food. It's
Right.
literally an algae that you find in the ocean, and it's absolutely safe for women that are pregnant to take this. It doesn't interfere with medications. It's a natural product. It's a. Some people ask me, "Well, is it FDA approved?" The FDA has to approve drugs. This is not a drug, it's food. And sadly, a very close family member of mine, was dealing with cancer for many years, and I sent this to them and begged them to take it, and, they wouldn't take it unless their doctor said, "Take it."
Mm.
So, I said, "Okay, well, show it to your doctor, show them the research, here you go." And
Right, and you know what? If you're not feeling good, and they don't and the doctors don't know what it is, that is another sign. If they keep, "Well, let's try this test, this test, this test, this test." Right when you start feeling bad and you may think that there is something going on, something growing on or in your body, this is the product to take. Start with this. And then if it advances and you get scared, then by all means, if it takes going to the doctor to clear your conscience, then go ahead. But my recommendation to everybody is that if they diagnose you with cancer, forget about the stages they say you're in. Okay, forget about that because this stuff has, I believe, reversed whatever stage I was in. obviously, if there's something growing, something foreign growing inside of your body, it's going to do things to your body. It's going to make your body react unnaturally to certain normal conditions. That's when you know you got something going on. And if you have that going on in your life and the doctors are not able to tell you exactly what it is, don't let them do biopsies and all of this other stuff. Let them continue to do the blood work. Take this stuff and see what it does to your blood work, just like my pops has done. They had him on high blood pressure medication. He started taking this and went off of it, and he doesn't have any problems with his high blood pressure right now.
Yeah.
So this has been a blessing to my whole family. My wife will start taking it tonight,
Well,
and my
so
mom and my
glad they're
pops are
listening.
taking it. It's an all around just a. I mean, you talk about a heaven send and something natural. This is definitely that.
I'm so glad they're listening, Teddy, because I did get in touch with the doctor, and they said it. They not in fact that they say they don't want to take it. They said it's bad for her, and complete lies. They didn't even look it up. Complete lies. And I was like, look, I got the information. Here it is. You know, you can't make people do things. And I do want to say that what you're saying is, you know, I think doctors have their place, and in certain types of cancer and certain stages,
Right.
especially if somebody's a tumor on a particular organ or something,
Right.
sometimes surgery is very helpful and needed. But regardless if you're doing surgery or not, if you're doing chemo or not, this can only help you. The Valasta Astaxanthin, it can only help you. And you know, I wish people would just be not bombarded with all these different
Mhm.
things so they can make wise decisions. But what I've told Teddy long time ago, and I tell anyone, not only cancer, but cancer and any disease in between. Yes, pray about it. But I believe that our Creator has given me this information and given me the experience in my life to help advise people who are dealing with sickness and illnesses so they can make more wiser choices when they're in those situations, because you
Right.
need to have people in your lives, because you were too emotional when we're told we're going to die, we have a disease. So you have to have some good people in your life to help you make some wise decisions, and you need to listen to those people. So anyone out there that's watching this, that's suffering from any illness, you know how to find me through my website. I make myself very available. I suffered from an illness when I was younger, and I want people not to have to deal with what I dealt with. So this is why my passion is to do this. For all these years, I still do this, and I'm so glad Teddy's having success with this, and just getting better, and looking younger, feeling younger, and
Yes.
I'm excited. So I just wanted to have you encourage others to hear your story and let them know the experience you're going through with this. So thank you, man.
You're very welcome. And then again, don't wait to get on it. If they say that you have a health issue, this is the product. Period. No matter what it is. I at first I was skeptical because I've tried so many other things that only were, like a patch job. But up until this point, those patch jobs worked, and they were natural, more natural than what the doctors were wanting to do. Um, but yes, do this first. And I believe that, and if you are like Zach's wife, she was a little bit further along and advanced in her stages, and it's a sad thing to see that brother have to go through that. Um, but even if you are in that area where someday this stuff could kill you, it's just a fact. It's something we have to accept. We could get something that is going to kill us in the very end. But even then, if you wanna feel better and have better life, the little bit of life that you have left, it could turn it into, instead of you dying next month, it could be next year. But you could feel better with what life you do have left and be a joy around your family instead of burdening them with seeing you so sick. It can even make you feel better until that day that Yahweh takes his breath out of you. It's
Absolutely. Yeah.
uh,
You know what happened to me the other about 2 weeks ago? Uh I was working out at the gym, and I did something. My back was, I was like, oh man. And I could hardly walk for like 2 days. And
mm,
I was just what am I gonna do? And I called my friend who's a chiropractor, and I said, I want to come down and see you. He said, all right, come down the end of the week. That's when I got an appointment. So this was the beginning of the week. So like doubled my dosage of this, and I started like taking it and doubling it, whatever. And within 3 days, 2 or 3 days, I completely have no pain now. And
Mhm.
I finally went the other day to my friend is a chiropractor, and he goes, "How you doing?" I go, "I'm better." But I'm here anyway. I came to see him. He gave me an adjustment anyway because he's a friend, and I go get adjustments. But the thing is, I don't know if it was from this only, or if it was just okay. I was a little sore and I had to wait. But I do know that I took this, and this is an anti-inflammatory,
Yeah,
and it worked. It
right.
works. It works, folks. So try it and see all the testimonials, the information with the owner of the company, and so many. I'll put links below this video so you can see it for yourself. Try it before you deny it. That's all I have to say. And I thank you, Teddy, for sharing your experience, brother.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me on, Paul.
Yes, and everybody, Teddy's a wonderful Bible teacher. I'm going to put his links below if you want to contact him about maybe you're dealing with an issue similar to his, a health issue, or just to check out his website and his great teaching. So his link's going to be below. And thank you again, brother.
I appreciate you. Thanks, Paul.
All right. You can order Valasta Astaxanthin right now at my website, rawlife.com, and I will personally ship the bottle to you and also be here for any of your questions. rawlife.com.
Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show.